Hi, my name is Gina Davis, and I live in Lithia Springs, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta, with my 8-year-old daughter Olivia and my parents, Barbara and Duke. One of the things I've discovered over the last couple of years with my daughter, who has special needs, and with my parents as they're aging, is that sometimes I have to get a little more creative in the kitchen, come up with new ideas, new concepts as far as presentation of food to make it more appealing and more interesting for them. Gets them to eat a little better, I feel a little better, and it's a lot of fun. It really is. I call it cooking whimsy. One of my favorite dishes to do, of course, Hi, my name is Gina Davis, and I live in Lithia Springs, Georgia, which is just outside of Atlanta. I live with my daughter Olivia, who is 8, and my parents, Barbara and Duke. As my parents are aging, and as we're dealing with my daughter who has special needs, I find that sometimes I have to be a little more creative in the kitchen than blah, 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 blah. Hi, my name is Gina Davis, and I live in Lithia Springs, Georgia, which is just outside of Atlanta, with my daughter Olivia, who is 8, and with my parents, Barbara and Duke. Now, as my parents are aging, and as my daughter's growing up, she has special needs, I find that a lot of times I have to be a little more creative in the kitchen than I might have been a few years ago. And I'm really having to come up with some interesting, innovative things to do with dinner, and with desserts, and with snacks, and everything, to make them more interesting, more exciting, and more inviting for them to eat. One of the things that I love to do is desserts. And so today I'm going to show you a really easy dessert that, no, I don't like that either. Hi, my name is Gina Davis, and I live in Lithia Springs, Georgia, which is just outside of Atlanta, with my daughter Olivia, who is 8, and my parents, Barbara and Duke. My concept for cooking, my point of view, okay. Hi, my name is Gina Davis, and I live in Lithia Springs, Georgia, which is just outside of Atlanta, with my daughter Olivia, who is 8, and my parents, Barbara and Duke. My point of view when it comes to cooking is what I call cooking whimsy. I've developed this idea out of trying to come up with more appealing meal options, dinner options for my parents and for my daughter who has special needs. As my parents age and as my daughter is developing, we're finding it more challenging sometimes to come up with meals that are appetizing, with dishes that really appeal to all their senses. And one of the senses that I really like to appeal to when it comes to mealtime is their sense of humor. So today I'm going to show you how to make something that we call our cheesecake balls, our holiday balls. These aren't so much funny as they are just really clever and beautiful to look at and really inviting to try to taste. What I do first is mix up 16 ounces of cream cheese with a cup and a half of coconut, a half a cup of powdered sugar, a little bit of vanilla flavoring, a little bit of almond flavoring, and a little dash of orange juice just to give it a little bit of a pop. Mix all of that up into a nice creamy mixture, and then I scoop it out with a spoon into little balls that I roll up with my hands. Now, of course, this is the part that my daughter likes best when she's helping, because this is the messy part. You take the cream cheese mixture and you just roll it up in your hand into these nice little balls. And I try to keep them all about the same size, just to try to keep them uniform. They're really easy to do, really fun to do for the kids, and not too terribly messy when you get down to it. Then after I've rolled up all of my balls, comes what for me is the fun part, and that's the decorating side. And what I like to do is prepare a set of plates in front of me with all the different toppings that I'm going to use. And today what I'm going to be using is some graham cracker crumbs, some white sugar crystals, some little starburst decoratives from cupcakes, some red and white sprinkles, and some green sprinkles that are both really sparkly. And I just take my little cream cheese ball, roll it around in one of the toppings. This is the graham crackers here, so it gives you the more traditional cheesecake effect with the graham cracker crust on the outside there. I will do another one here with some of the bread sprinkles, because those are really fun. They really pop a lot. And this actually happens to be a peppermint mix too, so it adds a little bit of flavor as well to that. And of course you can do these as a savory. Instead of putting the coconut and the sweet flavorings in it, you would put some garlic, some salt, some pepper, maybe a little bit of chives or some chopped nuts. And then when you make your balls and roll those around, you might want to roll them up in some more chopped nuts and some chives and that kind of thing. And it's a lovely little savory bite that's wonderful with crackers. And of course these little ones here, with the sweet, make just a wonderful dessert set. I'm doing one here in the green sprinkle down. And it comes out lovely little green Christmas ball, like a little bitty Christmas ornament. And these can be plated up beautifully to make a lovely dessert. This one here has a sample of each of the toppings that I'm using. The graham cracker, the peppermint, the green apple, the white crystal, and the little candied stars. And it makes a lovely little dessert serving just like this. Perfect size for one dessert. This dish is so easy and so simple to do that anybody can do it, and yet it adds that creative little touch that you don't see everywhere you go. It's a really fun concept, and it's something that I think a lot of people would enjoy learning more about. There's so many things that can be done in the kitchen that are creative, that are easy, and that can be done at different levels of skill. Things you can involve your kids with, things that maybe you want to take a lot of time and detail to do, but it can always be fun, and I'd like to show people how to do that. Thank you so much for listening.